Welcome back! We've just returned from a short little trip to Yavin Station where we got some money for our racing bonds. And now we're ready to buy that gun from Mick Tunangus Orgu. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce it. Well, I know it's not because he said that it's meant to be said with two voices, so I guess that might be the closest we'll get. I'm still on 4 speed. I'm kind of hoping that will wear out soon. I like how his head actually did turn around, the little head on top, after he said that. Smilia, indeed. Alright, let's see here. Jammo Hogra's Carbine. We have energy damage 3 to 10. Also damage bonus plus 1 to 4 physical. The range is 25 meters. Critical threat 19 to 20 times 2. Attack modifier plus 2. And it's also upgradable, and it's of course, a ranged weapon. This was the weapon of mercenary Jammo Hogra, and was supposed to protect him against the many enemies he'd earned in his lifetime. Hogra's skill didn't match its potential, however. Whoops, I didn't mean to exit that. Because I want to buy this thing, because this is an amazing weapon for HK. And before we do anything else, let me go ahead and upgrade Zalbar here. Go ahead and max out 2-weapon fighting. Alright, and that should do for now. Whoa,
yes?
T3 certainly seems pretty excited. Well, let's go ahead and head out to the city now. I'm really hoping that 4 speed will wear off. I did actually encounter a bug while practicing this game, in which it lasted for quite a long time. Although in this particular case, I'm not sure I would really mind that, and you'll see why here in a little bit. Maybe if we cast it again, maybe it'll start all over. Of course, that means we'll have to contend with it for about a minute or so, but we'll see. This is the hunting lodge. We haven't actually been here before, but we can talk to various people here, including Faza, who the Zerka representative who greeted us at the dock told us about. So let's see what he has to say. Wait, we actually have something to sell him? That's right, we had the raid plate that the lady gave us, that we paid for, and we can actually get our money back now that we have it, so let's go ahead and get that. Whoa. He certainly seemed really, really eager there. Let's see if he has anything else. We got some things here, although these are pretty basic. I think I will actually buy armor reinforcements. And I will buy a scope. And with that being said, I think I need to go back to Evan Hawk and make sure that blaster rifle is outfitted for HK. Also make sure everybody's properly equipped here before we go on our little expedition down to the desert. Kudos. Well, that's a cool name. I like that. So what exactly does this guy do? Oh. He's talking about somebody in the cantina whom of course we haven't met yet, and this guy, of course I'm not going to play Pazak with either of them, but the guy in the cantina will basically start you off limiting your bets, and will continue encouraging you to bet bigger while increasing difficulty, so he's basically just stringing you along just to earn money. But, let's find out why this guy plays. I'm interested. Sounds like he just wants to have a good time. Well, that's a good approach. I really do enjoy meeting somebody who just wants to have a good time, not concerned about credits all the time. Good to meet you, Kudos. And apparently we still have 4 speed issues here. Who's this guy? Comad Fortuna.
Pakupa Chekopa? Gino Mule. Muchashak Pakat. Kieno no Namapaule Rachikun.
Looks like he knows that we, were involved in swoop racing.
Takom Justach Miki Grabalmogo. Kachi Ita Hodunga. Jedabadawana Nidibobo. Tong Nabungsha Nununya. Tong Patukashmak Telea. Tolpa da Pongwale Gando Nangu Chuchut. Kavadum Kupiliobo. Jedabadawana Nidibobo. Tong Nabungsha Nununya. Tong Patukashmak Telea.
We've heard about these crate dragons. Let's see if he can tell us more about them.
Chikun ita hodonga, ikin kuno pamulera chikun, slimo podona rundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Takom justach miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hodunga.
Battle droids? Well, that kind of takes the fun out of it, doesn't it?
Jedabadawana nidibobo, tong nabungsha nununya, tong patukashmak telea. Muchashak Pakat. Kieno no Namapaule Rachikun.
Well, let's certainly hope they're better than the battle droids that the Trade Federation will build later on.
Jedabadawana Nidibobo. Tong Nabungsha Nununya. Tong Patukashmak Telea.
I actually went and visited some Navajo American Indians in Arizona on a reservation, and they pretty much lived by this philosophy, and I think it's actually a very good philosophy. While we were there wasn't really much of a set schedule. I mean, we pretty much just went by whenever the sun was up. And I know I'm kind of getting on a tangent here, but one of the most interesting things about this is that if you're familiar with Arizona, you might know that they don't observe daylight savings time. However, the reservation we were on did observe daylight savings time. But the church on the reservation that we were visiting and serving at didn't. And we just happened to visit when our clocks changed, which made things very interesting. And in fact, they put a notice that they were observing 2 different times for a little while, which they called fast time and slow time. I thought that was pretty interesting. And also, when we went to somebody's house, they actually had 2 different clocks in some of the rooms. I think it's a very interesting concept, but I do like the idea of not being enslaved to time, as Comad put it here. And as far as daylight savings time goes, I prefer really not to use it at all. I think we shouldn't mess with our clocks.
Hakupa Chekopa? Gino Mulera Kenpaija Kislimo Podwama?
Yeah, but you might want to get off Tatooine sometime. Especially since it's not looking like a very good planet to do business on. But I suppose he's not really interested in that. I'm not going to ask him about looking for something. He's just going to tell us that we can talk to the Jawas or Sand People, I think. We can also be mean to just about everybody in this room, except Faza, but I really don't want to do that. It's really unnecessary. Good. We can't talk to this fellow here, however. I don't know what exactly he's doing just sitting there. And we still have got 4 speed. This is kind of worrying. Who's this guy?
Get lost, Tenderfoot. I hunt Desert Raid. I don't babysit.
I'm not looking for a babysitter. I just want to get to know some of you guys. But Let me see if I can use a little reverse psychology on him.
You swoop types don't usually listen to what anyone says. Why bother me?
You know, he sounds exactly like the same voice actor who plays Dorak in the Jedi Academy on Dantooine.
My name is Doric Quinn. I'm a hunter. I hunt. Is that enough, or should I start listing my family birthdays?
Wait, this guy's named Dorak. Am I thinking of a different name? He's the chronicler of the Academy.
If I knew the best place, why would I tell anyone? It would be worth too much to me to let it get out. It doesn't matter anyway. This season has been dry for me, as it has for almost everyone. Perhaps someone else is holding out, but there's simply fewer raid out there.
So why exactly are there fewer raid?
It used to be a one-on-one test. Hunter against hunted. Now people just want the credits. I could stomach maybe a pair or a team of hunters, but some now use battle droids. Where's the sport in that?
I'd agree.
That's not for me to say. I won't be a troublemaker in so small a community. You'll see. Hunt, and you will see. I've tracked wild beasts my whole life, but I've only been hunting here for 5 years. I've much to learn yet.
So what exactly are you hoping to learn?
There are hunters that go after the big kills, the crate dragons. I don't know how they do it. I never even see the things. Komad is the one I respect, but I also trust that the only difference between us is experience. I will learn. If that's what you want, I'm not sure what you hope to get out of me, though. Good hunting.
Alright. We got some Gamorreans here, and thankfully they're not looking to kill us, which is good, unlike the ones on Terrace. Let's talk to this one. Okay, well, we'll talk to Gurk, but this guy might have something to say too. These guys really aren't much for conversation, are they? Hume? Really? Well, I suppose we can try flattering them a bit. Oh. So what exactly is it that you do? Are you the guys who use the battle droids? Well, I'm not exactly sure if they're exactly smart enough to use battle droids. Let's see what they have to say if we ask them that we're looking for something, just to see what they'll do. My goodness, these guys think they're so high and mighty over everybody. I get the impressions that Gurk is the one that they don't like to listen to. These guys are so entertaining. I think there's another question we can ask that we didn't ask before. I guess not, okay. Wow. Well, hopefully we won't have to worry about them doing anything. Who's this guy? Tanis Vin.
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? This ain't about credits, is it?
This guy seems particularly shady.
Ooh, candy words from a swoop racer. Well, I just feel all warm inside. Save it for the ladies. What do you want? Well, my name is Tanis, and what I do is hunt. I'm sure you've heard of me. Well, actually, I hope you haven't.
Why? Have you got something to hide?
Too long. But it beats smuggling. You ever run into a Sith dreadnought in the desert? No, you haven't.
A Sith dreadnought, huh?
Hell, I married her. No, seriously now. I had this friend that crossed Sith space and got stripped of everything. It's not like I have much now, I guess, but I still prefer Sand people to getting ambushed on unproven trade routes.
So what's this deal about his wife?
Ah, she doesn't understand me. You know the drill. It's not my fault. She knew who I was when she married me.
Right. I am really not liking this guy.
There isn't any. Too many hunters, not enough prey. I can barely keep expenses covered. Maintenance on battle droids is expensive. Of course, it's better than going alone. What if I stumbled on a bunch of Sand people? These solo hunters are crazy.
Aha! So he's the one who hunts with battle droids.
What do I care? I need to eat. I also need to pay for parts so the wife can keep the droids running. It's all about the credits. Some guys will talk about honor and stuff, but they still sell their plates to Faza. I guess honor needs creds too.
You know, with that viewpoint, it's no wonder you're having trouble with your wife.
I suppose, but so what? When that resource goes belly up, I'll just move on. I'm just a wandering spirit, I guess. I'm not real popular with the others, but they just fool themselves. They're in it for the credits too.
That may be, but I get the impression that they're a little bit more respectful of whatever unspoken rules guard hunting.
Fine, whatever you want. Good hunting.
Alright, I think that's everybody, because we can't talk to this fellow over here. And while I was doing all of those conversations, I actually looked up the Jedi Academy on Dantooine, and yes, the Chronicler is named Dorak. So, this Dorak, if he's voiced by the same voice actor, that would be an incredible coincidence, and kind of strange on the game designer's part. That's all we can do at the hunting lodge for now, though. We can return back there later on once we've killed some raid out in the desert, and we will run into some along the way, although I'm not going to go out and make a point of it, because honestly, raid are rather annoying. You don't really get much credits for them. And in fact, you can actually get even more credits for them by going to Suvum Tan, so actually just cancel what I just said. And thankfully force speed has worn out, so we can go ahead and walk normally for now. But, oh wait, the cantina, how could I have forgotten? I just whizzed right past it. Looks like somebody had some sort of fight out here. There's a bunch of bullet holes here next to this door. And a Ronto. To you too. Well, it's not quite as big as the Mos Eisley Cantina, but it's still an interesting place. We got another Bith band up here, as well as a Bith on a hologram. I guess this is like a jukebox or something like that. The equivalent, I suppose. Let's see what the bartender has to say.
Huh? Who are you then? The only new people that come to Junix Nard's Cantina are long-time losers and bounty hunters. I don't have to tell you why the two don't mix well. Please keep any blaster fire to a minimum.
That won't be a problem.
Zerka Corporation only worries about keeping their own stores full. I don't have much on hand.
These things aren't really particularly useful. We can buy Pazak cards, and thankfully we've got the very rare +or-1 card here, as well as a +or-2 card, which would have been amazing against Suvum Tan. I suppose we could have come here before going to him on Yavin. But we don't really need these anymore, because I don't intend to play any more Pazak.
You again. What is it now?
Usually bartenders here a lot, so I think I will actually ask him about what's around here on Tatooine, especially out in the desert.
What, did some Zerka promoter tell you to come to this planet? I pity you if you were expecting a prosperous mining outpost. Nothing here but sand and more sand. There's a little hunting and racing, but nothing that'll make a small man rich.
That's pretty much already what we know, and we don't really need to ask him about these, because we've already been there. It is good to know that not everybody around here is a Zerka sympathist, or working for them.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see, who else is here? We got some people here, Zerka officers.
Something you want, Spacer? Go talk to the office if you want to complain about conditions here. I don't want to hear it. You swoop racers. Do you even know what it takes to run an outpost like this? As long as there's flat ground, what do you care?
Sheesh. These Zerka people are jerks.
I don't really have any interest in helping you. Will this be quick?
Yeah, you certainly are not much of a well, actually, no, I take that back. You are a spokesman for Zerka Corporation.
Like I said before, I don't much care what you think. I'll be on the street if business keeps dropping, and it will.
Certainly looking on the sunny side of things.
All right then, make it quick. Nobody we've brought, that's for sure. Our expert said this rock was supposed to have mining potential to last for years. Nothing but garbage ore, good for nothing. Do you ever try to sell someone garbage? My name's Mud in 3 systems now.
Well, unfortunately, we can't help with that.
Good. I've a lack of business to attend to.
Just wallow in your misery, I suppose.
How are the Sand People doing so much damage? Blasters beat gaffy sticks, don't they?
Well, it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges. I mean, gaffy sticks are melee weapons and blasters aren't. So I wouldn't necessarily say that you can draw that comparison between the two. Gandroff.
Well now, what can Gandroff do for you? It's been a while since I've had anyone bother talking to me. I saw you down near the track, didn't I? Or was that someone else? I've been distracted by what happened on Taris. Sure, not a problem. Might as well try to pass along some of what I know. My racing days are pretty much done.
So you're a swoop racer? I suppose we could have come here before we went to the racetrack and talked to this guy.
Ah, something I know. Well, something I used to know. My racing days are behind me. Gandroff is the name. The best place to race is wherever the track treats you sweet and your times are golden. It's that simple. You get hung up on any one track and he'll end up like me. My favorite stop was Taris. Taris, yes. Always looked forward to going back. No, I don't want to touch my bike at all. Maybe I wasn't in the winner's circle lately, but I still race for sport, you know?
I don't know, this guy seems a little senile, but he's still interesting to talk to. And at the very least, he's more friendly than some of the people we meet behind, here, like the people behind us.
A woman? Well, I never won on Taris, but it was almost my first stop on the circuit, and the last if I could help it. That doesn't matter now. You can't ask for more certain closure than the whole planet being gone. Poof, boom, gone.
Aww. I feel bad for this guy. He can't race anymore, and he's lost his woman, and he lost his planet that he enjoyed going to. And...
Oh, well, past my prime by any measure. I started late, too. Not like the kids out there now. Some of them are too young.
Too young? Like Nico, maybe?
It's a cutthroat business. I've seen some of them burn out after a year. They get dangerous and don't live long. That's not everyone, of course, but it happens. I'm a has-been, I'll admit, but dying while you're on top is still dying. I'll pass.
How can you possibly die in swoop racing? I mean, the only things that we've seen that can damage you are these rocks and little obstacles that just slow you down. I mean, it doesn't seem like you can die unless you're using something like the prototype accelerator that can explode. Maybe back in his day, they were experimenting with a lot of swoop racer designs or something like that.
I don't really talk to any of them. I know Zaris from the circuit, and we couldn't ask for a tougher lady. She's smart, too. I don't know the younger guys, but I've been watching Nico. Good to see someone doing it for the love of the race. I don't know, but some people just have something that lets the bite take them. It's like the air stops pushing back. I think you know what I mean. When the wind decides to stop fighting, you felt it. I can tell by your times.
That was just because I have awesome Jedi reflexes.
All right, then. Mash me again in a few years, and it'll be me. I'm probably not going back out on the circuit. There is one. But for now, I don't know any more than the next guy. Well, you should try the locals. Jawas, maybe. Funny little guy.
This guy likes making strange noises.
Keep safe. Yep. Seems like tough times are coming.
Well, nice to meet you, Grandroff. He may not be Gandalf, but he still is a pretty cool guy. Helena? Wait a second, isn't this Bastila's mother? Let's switch out our party now. I should have included Bastila when we first came here, but let me go ahead and bring her along so we can talk to Helena. And we've leveled her up already, so we don't need to worry about that.
Yes? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother, but don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Ow!
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way?
I guess Kane's mother is dead, apparently.
Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Wow.
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for Krayt Dragon Pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine Desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a Krayt dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Oh, don't be insulting. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me.
I think we can look for it. And I can understand why she wouldn't want to go out into the desert after what happened to her husband, so I'm not going to ask her this. But, I'd like to think that Bastila would like to find her father's remains since she was particularly close to him, although I can understand why she would be hesitant to give them to her mother, though.
What remains would there be? Krayt dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human, and the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron, an ignoble end to a fine man.
What about this sickness?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
And we got a journal entry for that, and I will have to say, I do think it does matter if she's sick or not, because if she wants something to remember her husband by, it does matter how much time she has left to live if the disease is life-threatening. Bastila's mother has been updated. Bastila agreed to consider her mother's request to locate her father's body and recover his holocron. It should be out in the Tatooine Desert, likely near wherever krayt dragons exist, though Bastila did not promise that she would give her father's holocron to her mother even if she did find it. Well, that certainly seems like something we'll have to deal with later on, once we do actually get it, if we can even find it at all. Who's this guy here? Furko Nellis.
Well, a fresh face for the game. I wonder, would you care to play? My name is Furko Nellis. My vice is Pazak.
Ah, so you are the guy who Kudos was talking about. I really don't want to play with you.
All right. But remember that there isn't much fun on Tatooine that isn't life-threatening. Come back if you like a game.
No, thank you. Looks like that Jawa was not exactly very happy about serving here. What exactly is this about?
It's not that hard to understand if you listen. It's just odd.
Missing? He mentioned that earlier on. What exactly is this about? So it appears that some of their kind are missing and have been taken by the Sand People, as he mentioned, Gaffies. And we need to talk to somebody named Aziz about this. So let's see if we can find this Aziz. There's the gate, which we saw earlier on, and now we're pretty much almost ready to go out into the desert. There is Aziz. He's right by the gate. That works out pretty nicely. Looks like we got more bullet holes here. So I'm assuming these giants made of sand are the Sand People, because the Jawa in the cantina called us giants, as he mentioned that our language was giant speak. So it only makes sense that the Sand People are the giants made of sand. So what exactly is it that we need to do? The people who, with large machines who didn't help are evidently Zerka. One thing that's rather strange about this is that Helena mentions that the Sand People lived north from here, and this Jawa mentions that the Sand People live south from here. And you may be thinking, well, there may be an enclave in either direction, but the fact of the matter is that the Sand People enclave that's mentioned in both cases is the same one, and it is south, so I'm not exactly sure why Helena said north. So why exactly have they taken your people?
So these Jawas are scavengers who were enslaved by the Sand People. I think I am beginning to understand his plight.
Well, that's good. At least he's a little bit more open to working with us. We don't expect payment for this. He already mentioned that he was going to trade with us, so I think that will do for now. Oh wait, there was one more option I forgot about. There was something that said, tell me about those that came before, wasn't there? Actually, I would like to ask him about the star map, because we were told that the Jawas or the Sand People might be able to tell us that. At least the Zerka guy who met us at the dock said that. Aha! I think I trust this guy. He seems pretty reasonable. Yes, I want to know about this.
It could be that this Jawa knows things about this planet's history that the Republic has no inkling of.
Indeed. Okay, I'm not sure I like that thought, but alright. Oh, no, I don't want to select I'm not interested. They kind of mix up some of these options sometimes, so it certainly can be a little bit confusing. Alright, we got a journal entry now. And, wait, Bastille's mother? Okay, I guess that's still new. Fair Trade has now been updated to say that Aziz says he knows where the star map is and will trade you the information for help rescuing his tribe members from the Sand People Enclave. So that's good to know. Well, we are here at the gate and we can talk to the gate guard so we can go out into the desert, but we will do that in the next video.